Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brushes and Bunnies, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Nuvo Pen Collection from Tonic Studios. I received these markers in the mail a few weeks ago from the company Tonic Studios, and I received pretty much all of the colors. Basically, the package comes in a set of 3 markers, and you can see there are different tones of the actual color. I have actually tested out the colors here, the ones I received, and we will talk about this a little bit later on. So a pack of 3 markers is £4.49, and for euros it's going to be approximately €5.18, and then if we convert it to the US dollars, it's about five US dollars and 92 cents, so pretty much $6. It comes in this little package, which is really cute. I think it's really nice. It tells you the color as well as the different sets of like the tone. We've got the broad tip, and we also have the chisel tip for detail. If we turn it around, you can see on the back of the package there's information on the product as well as the color codes that they have, and a little bit more promotional material for the company. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be drawing in like a quick drawing with these markers themselves. Here I have a mixed media drawing that I did last night. I used watercolor, Faber-Castell polychromos, and then I added the Nuvo marker on top for further detail. So I will be showing a little bit of that, basically how you can work with these markers in terms of mixed media. If we take a closer look at the product, you will see the marker will appear like this. It has the logo on the front, and on the back it has further details. Basically made in China. It belongs, or it's a product of Nuvo, or from the Nuvo collection by Tonic Studios. Store flat, replace cap when not in use, and yeah, some good information there. You've got the basically the bullet tip on this end, which is like the smaller pointed end, and then we also have the chisel tip on this end. Now here is how the chisel tip will look like. Nice and clean tip, pretty large, which is really nice to cover some extra surfaces. And if we take a look at the bullet tip, it is just basically a regular bullet tip. Quality wise, I have not seen any issues with both tips, and they appear quite nice and high quality. Another thing is, some of you guys are probably asking, where is the color? So if we take a look at, like, in comparison to the Copic Chows, you know directly right off the bat what color it is. And I'm pretty much used to this format where the color is pretty much visible right away. Now for these markers, the color is only on the tips right here. So we will have only on one tip, which is the broad tip, you will see the different types of colors and the color codes. I counted 12 individual marker packs on the Tonic Studio website, and I'm pretty sure I counted correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there's 3 markers per package, so that makes about 36 markers in total. So there are 36 colors you can buy in packs of 3. Now for the color quality itself, I think that there's a large variety of different types of colors and tones, which makes it a really great beginner's pack to play around with, especially if you're practicing blending. I think that for the most part that the color ink actually matched the color that was shown on the tip of the marker. I think I only had this trouble of not matching for a couple of the colors, which was the pink, for example, 453, the darkest colored pink, and the ink was more of a highlighter color versus the darkish pink that I saw on the tip of the marker. But for the most part, I think that they did a pretty good job in matching the actual colors together. Before I proceed with the actual marker drawing with these markers, I just want to show you the aspect of blending these markers with mixed media. So I did have this bunny drawing that I did last night with watercolor combined with the Faber-Castell polychromos, and this morning I thought of just adding the Nuvo markers on top to see how it would look like, how it would blend with the elements, and I think that it did a fantastic job. So it's quite important for me as a mixed media artist that all of the supplies that I buy, they can work together quite nicely. One of the ways that they can work together nicely is because alcohol-based markers are quick to dry, this makes it easier to work when you're doing layering work. So if you're layering watercolor at the very base of the paper, and then you're adding a pencil crayon on top, and then you want to blend marker in with the pencil crayon, the alcohol-based marker will be quick to dry. So for this marker in particular, I had a really good time with just blending it seamlessly with the actual Faber-Castell polychromos. Another really good thing about this in terms of blendability with mixed media, I really had a good time blending it together. And what I mean by that is that for this drawing in particular, I selected a marker that was kind of the lighter color or the lighter tone of brown, and there was some sort of transparent kind of element to the ink itself. It wasn't so vibrant, it wasn't so popping, it wasn't like a highlighter kind of ink, which is what I really like, because it was able to, like, I was able to really work with it and apply it as another sort of transparent layer. There's just added a little bit more of pop, a little bit more of color. So I think that the ink was really, really nice to just be able to blend it. So let's get to the actual fun part. For this product review, I drew something completely out of, basically from scratch. I drew a woman's face with pink hair and floral kind of elements in her hair, and I just wanted to have something fun and quirky so I could really work with the colors. So here we're just gonna quickly sketch it out, and I will get to the actual coloring process. I just finished drawing this little sketch for the marker drawing, and I'm going to be outlining it with a combination of the new brush script pens that I also received from Tonic Studios. And I've got two different types of pinkish colors, so we're going to be doing like a pink floral kind of design here. And I'll probably be using also the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in black, which I always use to outline. So I'm going to be doing a combination of all three, and then we're going to proceed with the actual marker work. Alright, so I finished outlining the basis of the actual hair and the face with the Nuvo brush script pen. And there's going to be a little bit of a dent here in the paper because I was erasing, and because I'm using Copic marker paper, it's super, super, super thin. And that's always the risk of erasing on it. You have to be very careful, or otherwise you're going to dent the paper, which is why I don't use this paper, because I really, really hate it. But being that I'm testing markers, I think it was the ideal paper to see the vibrancy of the colors. So ignore the little dent in the face, and we're gonna get started on the actual coloring job. So right off the bat, I of course made a mistake. I was using the Fair Skin Tone collection, and I ended up using the medium tone to color in the skin. I wanted to use the lighter tone and then build my way up with the medium and the darker tone. But yeah, the idea fell through because I got confused with the actual color, like the color sticker on the broad tip end of things. So it looked like the lighter tone, but it actually wasn't. So nevertheless, I tried to make it work. I just built the skin of the drawing with the natural, or with the fair skin tones, and then I threw in a little bit of the natural browns, and then also a little bit of the rosy pink. So I used a collection or a combination of the different types of colors. I already talked about the quality of the colors. Now I want to talk about the quality of the actual ink. I had a really great time drawing with these markers because there was a very smooth application on the paper. I never had an issue with the ink kind of being a little bit sketchy. And what I mean by that is that I was able to really get a nice amount of ink coming onto the paper. There was a little bit of waiting time in between that I just had to make sure that it dried, but that was literally a couple seconds. But you could literally see the amount of ink that was coming out. It was plenty, and it was really, really nice. Another aspect that I was really looking out for when I was testing these markers was to see the blendability aspect of the collection, of a collection. For example, in the hair, you will notice that I'm only using pinks. Now I'm using all three rosy pink markers that come from the rosy pink Nuvo Pen Collection. And I really wanted to see how the different tones with the light, the medium, and the darker one, how they would work together, and if it was possible to even blend it together, or if it would look seamless, or if it worked together. Yeah, there was I was looking out for that because it's quite important, especially if you're only buying one collection. What I found out was actually that it did work together, and you were able to blend it. There were, I think that the rosy pink collection was a little bit, could have been not the greatest example to show. If you take a look at the Fair Skin collection, which is what I used for the actual skin, you can see that you can really work together and make sure that you blend the different tones of the fair skin together nicely. The pinks were a little bit more highlighter color, so there was the medium tone that I was having difficulties with because it was a little bit more peachy, a little bit more bright, and it kind of stood out compared to the darker or the light pink. But nevertheless, I think that it added a really nice dimension, and it did end up working together. As sort of an ending summary, I would just like to thank you guys for watching this video. I would recommend these markers for beginner set for sure. You really can't compete with the price for 3 markers being under under £5 or for $6. These are great if you're looking to buy markers for your children especially. So give it a check. All of the details you can find down below in the video description of the website, Tonic Studios, and also the type of markers I was working with. And don't forget to click on the thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to my channel for a lot more art videos. Thanks again for watching, and I wish you guys all a lovely, lovely day. Bye!